Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Matt here with Tanks Lawn Maintenance. It is 6:40 p.m. Saturday evening, April the 13th, 2024, year of our Lord. And I am out here in the garage. Speaking of which, man, oh man, oh man, got my door fixed, y'all. I'm so glad. Well, I'm so proud of that. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But anyway, man, I wanted to update y'all real quick on something. You know, here the past few videos, I've been talking about buying a walker or some sort of a solution to bagging because two reasons. One, I picked up quite a few loans in that golf course community over in North Augusta, South Carolina, Mount Vintage, and I was actually over there today quoting a few properties. I have to put one together here in a few minutes. It's going to be a very high dollar quote, and not bragging about it, but it's going to be a very expensive quote. And I also had to give a sod uh, estimate, and I also went and visited my mom for a little bit. I'll explain that here shortly. But anyway, I watched a video. I'm gonna walk over here and sit down real quick. But plus the glare out there at the edge of my garage, man, it's pretty tough. But I watched a video last night, and I cannot remember for the life of me who it was. I want to say it was Keith Kalfas, but don't quote me on that, man, because I really could be mistaken. But it was someone that was very knowledgeable. Whoever it was that I watched, they were very knowledgeable, and they've been in the green industry for quite some time, and they know they're very business smart as far as buying equipment, making any kind of big purchase or anything like that. And the way it was explained, and I had already actually made my mind up before watching this video, but this video basically just solidified my decision. And my wife and I, we had a conversation yesterday, and our minds were made up what we were going to do. But I watched this video, and it basically said anytime you're going to make a purchase in your business, you need to make sure that if you pay cash for something, you need to be able to make that money back and then some within the first year of using that equipment. Not within the first year of owning that equipment, but within the first, you need to make the money back by using that equipment and then some within the first year. Meaning, if you go out and spend 20 grand on something, you need to make at least 20 grand off of that one piece of equipment within 12 months of owning that equipment. Because of depreciation reasons. And it made sense. And if you're planning on financing something, you need to have enough work lined up for that piece of equipment alone to be able to pay that piece of equipment off. And I thought about it. I said, that made perfect sense. You need to be able to pay that equipment off within the first year and make some more money to put in your pocket or for your business to profit within the first year of using that equipment alone. And if I was to pay cash for that walker mower, it would be, after taxes, you'd be looking at about $15,500 for the model I was going to get. And if I was to finance it after it was all said and done, it would wind up being about 17, maybe 18 grand with the finance fees and everything. I could do 24 months same as cash, or I could do 1.8% for 48 months. But I would do 24 months same as cash financing if I were to finance it. But You can't look at it as, oh, I own this piece of equipment and one customer will be able to make the payment on that piece of equipment. But so I put all that into perspective, and I thought about it. My wife and I, we had talked about it. My mind was already made up before I saw that video, but the video just solidified my choice, and we decided against buying a walker. And yes, we are probably going to pick up enough properties in that area, in that community, to be able to pay for that piece of equipment within the first 12 months. But that's not guaranteed. Now, I have already picked up enough business, signed enough contracts in that community to pay for that piece of equipment, but still, I'm looking at it like this. I want to be able to pay that piece of equipment off or pay cash for it and be able to make that money back, and I want to be able to make double what I paid for that piece of equipment within the first year because of depreciation reasons. And I want to, in my mind, I want to know that I made a good purchase. And I'm just not ready to do that yet. This is my first year being a full-time solo operator, and my wife and I both agreed. You know, my wife tends to go with the flow on things, but in this situation, she wasn't highly against it. But she did say you need to sit down and you need to go through your numbers with a fine-tooth comb, and you need to make sure that this is something you want to do because this is a huge purchase. So that's what I did. And without those properties, I think I only have 8 properties. Before I picked up any property in Mount Vintage, I think I have 8 properties that have to be bagged. And that's not enough. That's not enough. And like I said, I want to be able to make my money back twofold on that. So we decided against it, but I started searching for cheaper solutions. I'm highly against the right bagger system. I'm highly against the grass gobbler, as the grass gobbler just doesn't do it, man. It just doesn't do it. So I was reminded, it just popped into my brain. I'm pretty sure this is the Lord that did this for me, but it popped into my brain. A friend of mine that I used to work with at my old full-time job, he sent a lead to me, his next door neighbor. I'm actually mowing his property with the 61. It is a huge property, and I'm mowing it with the 61. But my buddy's property is immaculate. It is equivalent to the properties in Mount Vintage Plantation. I mean, his yard looks like a pool table. It really does. I mean, his beds are in shape. Never mind his beds. We're talking about grass here. But his yard, I mean, it looks like something you would see at the Augusta National. I mean, his grass looks like a pool table. It really does. It's beautiful. It's flat. He bags it. He cuts it every 5 or 6 days. He doesn't let that grass grow, And I mean, it's just beautiful grass. It really is beautiful Bermuda, deep green Bermuda grass. And he uses this piece of equipment that I'm about to show you guys. Well, he uses the residential version of this piece of equipment I'm about to show you guys. But I ran this piece of equipment by my wife, and she said, let me think about this for a day, and we'll talk about it. We'll rehash it. And she said, I'm not against it, but it's just right now I'm scared to make any purchases. And I'm the same way. I'm with her on that. I'm scared to make any of these purchases right now. But we went to my dealership this morning, and I wanted to make sure that they had the piece of equipment I was looking at. I wanted to see what the price was. to see if it was the same or lower than the MSRP on the website of this this brand, and it was actually significantly cheaper because they were having a sale. But I went to go get some lube for my my hedge trimmers, my hedge trimmer attachment, the articulating hedge trimmer attachment for my combi. It locked up on me the other day, and I'm thinking that the blades are probably just stuck together and I need to lube them up. But that's something that's never happened to me before. I'm pretty good at keeping my stuff maintained. But anyway, that's another story for another day. But while we were in there, we were at the counter, and I was just talking to the guy behind the counter about it. And my wife just said, "Go ahead and get it. Happy birthday. Go ahead and get it. Happy birthday." And I looked at her, and the guy behind the counter looked at her, and I was like, "Are you serious?" And she was like, "Yeah, go ahead and get it." She said, "If you think that this is something that's going to help you and it's going to make you more efficient and profitable, go ahead." And the guy behind the counter looked at her sideways. He said, "You know how much this piece of equipment costs, right?" And she said, "Yeah, I know." She said, "It's his business. He's paying for it. It is what it is. Happy birthday." So I said, "All right." And without further ado, I'm going to turn you guys around. I'm going to show you this thing. Here it is, guys. This is the piece of equipment I decided to buy. It's a Toro Turfmaster HDX 30-inch cutting deck. And I know a lot of you are probably thinking, man, you really went from deciding to buy a walker to buying a push mower. Just park it right here. Hold on, guys. My daughter's driving the golf cart. Hold on just a second. So hey to everybody.
Hey.
Yeah, just park it right there and I'll put it up when I'm done. You just leave the key right there. Sorry about that, guys. I don't like having my family in videos. It's kind of awkward for one and for two. It's, they're very awkward people. My daughters are. But anyway, I'm gonna show you this thing real quick, man. You're probably thinking you really went from deciding to buy a walker to buying a push mower. I'm gonna tell you guys, this is not your average everyday push mower. I know a lot of you have probably looked at this and have probably seen this in the past, but this is a really powerful piece of equipment. Okay, we're gonna start right here. It has the Kohler Command Pro 224cc engine. This got the 3-year warranty on there. And right here, you've got your air filter. You've got your oil fill valve right there, and then right below that, the blue thing, that's your little bitty tiny oil filter. Got the 1 gallon gas tank right here. That is actually a huge gas tank for a push mower. You've got a valve right here to turn the gas on and off. And you've got the oil drain plug right here, which is actually nice. I like this. You know, most of you probably know if you're dealing with a push mower, you normally got to turn it upside down to get the gas out or to get the oil out of it. But anyway, you've got your throttle right here, guys. And then your choke's down there. But this is easy start right here. I mean, simple as that, guys. I mean, just barely pulling it. But everything seems simple enough as far as the maintenance on it and things like that. And but up here, you've got a lock right there to keep from engaging your blades. and just simply pull it back. And once you let go of it, it locks into place. You can't pull it back. You can't pull it back without mashing that lock in, like so. You see it lock right there. It has a parking brake right here. Right now the parking brake is on. You can't push it or pull it. You just flip that down. The brake's off. You can pull it. And of course you've got your bell down here. Once you press that bell, it releases your parking brake. And you just simply flip the brake up and it's on. Mash the bell, goes off. Simple as that, guys. But it's actually set up where you can run the machine without engaging the blades, which is a good thing. I do like that. And I have not gone through the directions on this or the owner's manual or anything like that, but it does come with all that right there. I haven't figured out what that zip tie in the bag is for, but I will get to that sooner or later. And it's got a, I want to say it's a 2.6 bushel bag, and you know, it's simple. I'll hook that up in just a second. And it's got a discharge chute deflector right there, and then you've got a mulch plug that you just simply slide in the back on the deck, and it keeps you from being able to bag or discharge. But in order to side discharge, you just lift this up and pull this piece off, and you slide your discharge chute on there. And the thing I like about it, you know, guys, I had the Toro recycler, and for deck height adjustment, you had to go to each individual tire and adjust the deck. With this one, you just simply squeeze the lever right here, and you can go up or down. And I keep mine on 2 inches. I will be keeping it on 2 inches. And back here, you just pull this lever up, pull this brake up, and either push the machine down or lift it up. And it's as simple as that, guys. But of course, back here, you've got your deflector for the back side of the mower. You can stick your mulch plug in that hole right there to block the clippings from coming out, and it actually mulches the clippings up so fine that they fall down in between the grass blades, and it looks like the machine bagged the grass, or at least that's what they advertise. It gives it that just bagged appearance. But it's got the slots right here on the side for you to hook your bags on. And yeah, and this is a 30-inch machine. It's not a 20, 21, or 22-inch machine. Self-propelled, and the top speed on it is 4 or either 4.5 miles per hour. I think it's 4. I think the Time Master is one that's 4.5. For some reason, the residential grade is faster than the commercial grade. But this one does have a beefed up transmission. It's supposed to be good for hills and things like that. It's got the bigger engine. And I can tell you this machine is extremely heavy. It's about 200 pounds, and you need help getting it in and out of the back of a truck. So if you don't have a trailer, don't get this machine for your business unless you have ramps for your truck. But I took this machine down to the bottom of my driveway earlier, and I just backed down the driveway with it, and I'm telling you right now, it was pushing me down the driveway because it's so heavy. And when I depressed the bell to make the self-propelled system work, it dragged me up the hill. I couldn't stop it. So the tires, I think they could probably be a little better. You know, the grips on them could probably be, or the treads on them could probably be a little more aggressive. I can honestly see where those will probably wear out quickly. But you know, it is what it is. I don't plan on using the front tires pull me around. So as long as these back tires will pull me, that's really what I'm worried about. But it did come with spare blades. It has 2 blades, and I'm excited to use this thing. I'm actually going to use it on my lawn in the morning. Let me get y'all turned around, guys. I'm going to use it on my lawn in the morning after church. I've actually got some yard work I got to do. I'm going to do a second phase of my spring cleanup at my house. I've got some bushes that need to be trimmed. I'm going to pull out some old dead boxwoods and replace them with azaleas and replace the pine straw. But and I'm anxious to get this mower out here. I want to see what it's all about. But everybody I've talked to about this mower sings its praises, has nothing bad to say about it at all. And like I said, man, I'm excited to use it. But I do a lot. You know, I tried to get away from push mowing in my business because, for one, I just hate push mowing. But when I decided that, at the time, I had a actual push mower. I didn't have a self-propelled mower. And of course, you know, I've been using the self-propelled recycler for the past year now, and it makes life a lot easier with self-propelled or personal pace or whatever it is. And this machine right here doesn't have the personal pace. You don't have that on a commercial machine, and it doesn't have the electric start. You know, it's the manual start. I was told that it does not. They don't offer the electric start for the commercial machine, but I'm excited to use it, man. It's everybody I've talked to said that it's just a great machine, and it's basically like using a walk behind without a sulky. And honestly, I believe that if you was to figure out a way to hook a sulky to this, it would probably drag you around. You know, it's not as fast as a normal walk behind. It's not as fast as a stander or anything like that. It's probably half the speed of my standard intensity over here. And but it's a 30-inch deck, so you're going to save a little time that way push mowing, and you're also dealing with self-propelled. So, and the yards I have, as I was looking at them yesterday, they're not big. They're not big at all. And there are some obstacles, so it'd probably be better for me to use this machine than it would a right stander or a walker or something like that. And plus, with this machine being about 1,000 pounds lighter than something like that, it would enable me to start mowing a lot quicker after a rain shower. So I'm excited to see what this thing's about, man. Learn the ins and outs of it, get used to it, and all that good stuff. And I'll probably do this is the initial review, out of the box review, and what all it comes with and everything like that. And I'll probably do a 1-month review, and then I'll probably do a 6-month review, and then I'll probably do a 12-month review, just so I can be honest and give my honest reviews on this machine. And it's a push mower, you know. It's a self-propelled push mower, and I don't recommend trying to push this thing around no yard. It's very heavy. It's a 200-pound machine, and yes, it's on wheels, but it's still heavy. And so I recommend using the self-propelled feature on there. And but if you don't have a lot of properties that require bagging, or a lot of smaller properties, I don't recommend this machine right off the bat without even using it, just because of the simple fact, A, it's so heavy, and B, it's, for what it is, it's very expensive. And I want to say the normal price is right at $3,500 right out the door after taxes and everything. And my dealer gave me a huge discount. They were already having a sale on it, and gave me a huge discount because I went in there and spent a lot of money with them right off the bat, and I already spent a lot of money with them. And there was a lot of things I had to buy today, so they cut me a deal. I actually saved about $60 or $70 on the entire purchase. And for me, the entire purchase was less than $3 grand. But normally out the door, this machine is about $3,500. But if you need something like this, I highly recommend going with the commercial grade. I mean the residential grade. You know, if you only have a couple of yards that you plan on push mowing, and but that's all I can say about that without actually putting it to the test. But yeah, that's my cheaper solution to bagging high-end properties. And like I said, I've seen it on my buddy's yard, and I've seen it on several other yards too, and it does leave a beautiful cut. It really does. So I'm excited to use it. I'm ready to get behind the wheel of this thing and put some lines in my yard tomorrow morning and see what it's all about. But anyway, guys, just wanted to hop on here and give y'all a out-of-the-box review and explain what I was going through here. And I'll revisit the idea of buying a walker in July if I wind up picking a lot more properties up. But if not, I'm probably going to stay with this until, you know, a few years from now. But we will see. And thank y'all for tuning in for this review. I know it's not much of a review. I haven't used it yet, but it's just a unboxing review basically, even though it didn't come with a box. This is what you see is what I got from my dealership. But anyway, guys, that's going to conclude this video. I will cut y'all back on sooner or later whenever I have something else for y'all. But until then, like I always say, man, y'all keep cutting that grass and keep making that money. I'll let y'all. Bye.